Three, two, one. Hey, everybody. This is Captain here for you for a I like Ling from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is Fullmetal Alchemist. This is Ling. His name is Ling Yo, YAO. He is from the Shang Dynasty, starts with X. I think I'm saying that right. And his father had a ton of kids. I think with a bunch of different women. I think Ling said his kids are up in like the 40s, but he's like the 17th, 14th. Like he's like the number he's in is in the teens. He's around there, and he came over to the mainlands to find something to make him, because obviously his first son is going to be the king of the dynasty. He wants to be the king, so he came over here to find something to help him booster his I guess his way with his father. 'Cause obviously, he's like the 17th son or whatever. He doesn't really know his father like that. But bringing back home riches and stuff might make his father make him the next king, which it does work by the end of the show. He does become the king, and he's specifically looking for a philosopher's stone. And he's specifically looking for my bad for a philosopher's stone. The first time we meet him is I'm so sorry. There we go. Sorry, I got a text. A very important one. First time I meet him is with him. Who was I forget the girl's name, but it's the girl and the old man. And he knew the girl looked like his bodyguard. She fought Ed, and the old man is his bodyguard too, and they believe in him. Another person that came from that land too was May, the little girl. And by the end of the series, he was so nice to her because there's like different clans to where Ling came from, and his is like the most wealthy one in the whole dynasty where they live. So in May, she's like the most. Her clan was the most poorest, and she hated Ling for not helping out all the other ones. Obviously, though, who were like the past kings and everything, and he became a nice one. And he was like, from this moment forth, I'm gonna give your family or your whole clan the money it needs to prosper and to build itself back up. Because I think something happened back in the day to where it came down. Now I don't think it. I mean, I was. I don't think Ling was in. I don't think Ling was in the regular Full Metal Alchemist, the first version. I don't think he was. I think he just got brought into Brotherhood because Brotherhood uh, copied the manga more specifically. Besides, he's making up his own stuff, so that was really good. First time we meet Ling, I didn't think I was gonna like him too much. I really didn't think he just seemed so arrogant and mean, and he didn't like really do nothing. I didn't think he could fight. His bodyguards could fight obviously, but I didn't think he could fight specifically. It wasn't until he fought envy, he fought wrath, pride, and gluttony of the homunculus. He fought all of those homunculus in that order. Well, not in that order. He fought gluttony. Gluttony was like, honestly, like he dog walked Gluttony. Like when he really started fighting and opened his eyes, I really started liking him in a way. His chemistry with Ed, I loved him there on fourth. He was so cool. Gluttony like jumped at him and he cuts his head off and his hands, boom, instantly with no remorse. You just see his eyes and he's not even blinking. I'm like, okay, that was dope. That was really nice. He fought Wrath. That was Wrath, right? The commander, yeah, Wrath. He fought Wrath. He didn't beat him, but he was doing pretty good because up to this point, everybody that fought Wrath just got dogged walk. Like it wasn't even funny. They were getting messed up so badly. He was actually putting up a good fight, and he's a really good tactician because obviously we know that his eye patch is just a front. He actually has an eye on that. But obviously, he sees okay, he has eye packs, so I'm gonna focus all my attacks on that side. On that side, it's like this blind spot, and then he took off his eye patch. He was like, "Yeah, that's a pretty good strategy there. I can see you're capable of fighting, but I actually have an eye here, so that's not really gonna help you." And he did like more jumping motion. Like he would like class with him, and he'll like jump, do backflips, jump back in there, class, and like he kept moving. He's really mobile. He kept like jumping around him, doing flips and stuff, so he couldn't get hit. Like he's really mobile and he's pretty strong. And he had a pretty nice moment with Raph too, to where Raph was fighting the girl for a moment, and he was actually able to like cut off her arm, which was really gruesome. But he had a moment to where like obviously Raph think humans are pathetic, and stuff. And he was like, "You're gonna become a king. You can't protect all your citizens and stuff. You got to let some of them die. Like, what's the point of even having citizens stuff? You're the king. They're beneath you. Like, what's the point of becoming a king? You're not gonna act like one." And he was like, "Oh, that was some-" And Ling was like, the only reason I'm a king is because of my people. What's the point of having a title if I have people to like not share it with, but people to help out and respect and prosper with? Like, you can't be a king without your people. So you need your people. You need to be nice and kind to them. And he saved her with that's the axle of the face. That's like a screenshot of him saving the girl from Wrath. He put his sword in his mouth, like that's what my profile picture is. He put his sword in his mouth with like a backflip, and he unlocked it. I thought it was a grenade, but no, it was like a flashbang, and it was able to blind Wrath long enough for him to grab her and go. Then later on, they fought Envy again, and this is before or after. Yeah. No, this is before. This is before he got Greed. I got Greed and Glenny mixed up for a second. It's before he got Greed. It was a really nice character development moment for him because when he fought Envy. Yeah, he fought Gluttony and Wrath, then Envy. He was doing pretty good against Envy, but then he got caught up because he can like shapeshift because he's envy about her appearance, so she can shapeshift. Well, I think no, never mind. She's the only one that can do that. I was gonna say I think they all can, but no, they can all like make that black stone come around their arms and necks and stuff, so they can take slicing attacks and so they can't get hurt as much. But they not all of them can transform like that. The only one that can is her. I guess technically Lust because her fingers can go out long ways or whatever it is. I'm getting off topic. Ling was actually doing pretty good against her, and he did get caught because he shapeshifted her hand into a snake and it wrapped around his neck and it closed up one of his arms. But then he pulled her in close and pulled his sword up. And on the arm, it was pretty cool. Like half the arm was regular, and other half was a snake. In that Pacific moment, like the Pacific line that separated the snake and the arm, he just cut that off and pushed it aside. And then Gluttony, I forgot how, but Gluttony ate Ed, Envy, and Ling. And then when they were fighting again inside of Gluttony, he made a good point. Like he was very observant. He was like, something's off about her. Like what we're seeing right now isn't her true form. And it's like, how do you know? And then it called back to the fight to where when they were fighting, I think Lang was able to push her back and she did a backflip and she landed on the ground. Like she was able to like land that backflip. But when she hit the ground, there was a big old footprint. Like the moment she hit, it was a big old sock wave, a big old crater in the ground. And Ling is like, she's not that big. She's pretty skinny. She's like my size. But she was able to make that big old crater when she hit the ground. She's bigger than what she's telling us. Or she's like bigger than what she looks like. She's shapeshifting again. Well, she must be constantly shapeshifting because she's really bigger than what she is. Obviously, that was right. She was like gigantic, monstrous thing. It look ugly. They did fight her for a bit, but they didn't really fight for that long because everybody was like, "We're gonna die here anyway. Like we're stuck inside of Clud. Like no way to get out." They were actually able to get out because Ed was able to use the power of the Philosopher's Stone that's inside of Envy. As soon as they get out, they're in the headquarters of the homunculus. And I love that scene where Ed and Ling, when they did it, it was like a big flash of white and they didn't know what was going to happen. Like they had no idea this was going to work. As soon as they get back into the real world, Ed goes, "We're back." And then they both go, "In the real world." And they like fist bump each other on their fist. That was pretty cool. It was like the back of their fist. It wasn't like a fist bump, but they do that. And Ling has a cut on his face, and they pin him down. Oh, that might be the cut from the. Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize that my profile picture. That's probably where the cut came from. That they put the Philosopher's Stone in there. Anyway, earlier in the series, oh yeah, we don't meet Ling until part 2. Earlier in the series, Ling. We don't meet Ling until part 2. Wait, yeah, sorry. Early in the series, Greed died. They melted down Greed, and now he has to find a new host. So the homunculus king, I forget his name, but he was that homunculus that Ed Dad met back in the day. Anyway, he's melted down into a liquid form again. And when Ling starts boasting about how he needs a Philosopher's Stone so he can bring it back to his country so he can become king, he's like, I'm going to give you what you want. So right before they drop the Philosopher's Stone inside of Ling, Ed, obviously, he starts spazzing. He's like, "Ling, You have no idea what this is gonna do to you. This could greed is gonna come inside of you. You're not gonna be able to control your body. And he's like, this is bad. Don't do this. He's like, Ed, this is my choice, my will. I need this philosopher's stone so I can bring it back to home. Don't worry, I'll be fine. They put Greed inside of Ling. Obviously, Greed takes over Ling's body, but they do strike the bond. And Ling helps Greed become a better person because Greed, the new Greed, has all the sorry, the new Greed has all the old memories from the past Greed. So all those bandits and stuff that he was chilling with, he has those memories. I remember there was one of them that escaped from when they were fighting, and he was like he went into the headquarters to get Greed. Obviously, he didn't know he died, and then the new Greed inside Ling's body killed him. And Ling was like, "Why would you do that? That was your boy. That was your friend." The old Greed would have never done that because he honored the friendship. He was like, I ain't got no." The new Greed was like, "I ain't got no Greed over there. I don't know them. They're not my friends. I don't know who that is." I don't know how, but Ling was able to like tap into those memories that the old Greed had and started pumping them into the new Greed. And he was like, "They're not your friends. Then why do you feel all this guilt? What are all these images? What is all this pain you're feeling for killing him?" And you see flashes of it. He was like, "This is you, Greed. This is you." And then Greed in Ling's body actually goes out and attacks Raph at his home with his wife and kid there. Well, it wasn't really, it was a pride, but obviously Raph was popping mad. He was like, "What are you doing?" And Ling is like, "Well, this is Green, but I guess Ling and Green. Green and Ling is like, why do I have these memories? What is going on?" And he wouldn't tell him. So Greed came over to the good side, and they kept swapping back and forth. When they did do that later on, but Ling actually had enough willpower to take back his body. He was able to talk to Ed and them about like what's going on with the homunculus, blah blah blah. He was actually able to take back his body, but then Greed came back in, and when Greed came in, Lang's like yellow outfit turned to black. It was like a whole black cloak. It wasn't yellow and white anymore. I did like that black on him. That was that was a pretty good. That was pretty nice on Ling. All that black. That was pretty nice on Ling. Sorry, I had to cough real quick. Anyway, right after that, he turned to Ling. We don't see Ling again until we do see a subordinate like the old man, and then we see the girl again and she has an arm, but we don't actually see Ling again until they fight Pride. And it was a really tough fight. Pride is really strong and his body is really durable. And it was this whole fight scene was so cool because it was like pitch black dark and they can't see nothing, and obviously the shadows that Pride could make was like devastating. And Ling and Pride kept switching back and forth, which was so dope. And they kept cracking jokes on each other because Ling, he's able to like sense people's aura. He's able to sense people's aura. Even though it's pitch black, he's able to tell where Pride is at all times. Obviously, Greed can't do that, so he'll like let Ling take the driver's seat. He'll do some talking, fighting, and then once where they know where Pride is, boom, it switched right back to Greed, and then he's able to use the homunculus powers to heal and to have all the They didn't really give it a specific name, but they were able to make like black skin on them to like make claws and to take less damage and stuff. They didn't really give it. I'm sorry, they didn't really give it a specific name. They just do it all the time, which was cool. Like Ling. I mean, Green would fight in Ling's body, then it would switch back to Ling because he could sense the aura. And he could do backflips and stuff. Then we'll switch right back to Greed, and Greed was like, "Hey, you ain't too bad since your auras, man. Too bad this is my body now." And Ling is like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm the one in the driver's seat now." Like that was cool. I like that. Like they having a little banter. Like they were becoming real good friends right there. Really good friends. And after that Pride fight, we don't really see Ling again into the final battle to where they're fighting Raph again. And Raph, yeah, they're fighting Raph. Sorry, I remember in I watched the regular Fullmetal first, and Raph was Pride and Pride was Raph. So they switched that back around like it's supposed to be in Brotherhood, and that get me confused sometimes. Anyway, they fighting Raph again on top of that. It's not on top of the roof, but it's like on top of this really tall building where the capital is, and they're doing pretty good against them. They're not winning, but they're not losing either. It's really kind I'm so sorry about that. I got a phone call or point a phone call. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they're fighting Raph again, and they're not doing bad. But they ain't doing too good because they're not doing. They ain't doing too good because it's Raph. Anyway, while they're fighting, what happens? I remember the old dude does die. He does die in that fight, and Ling goes ballistic, and the whole army, like the bad army, comes up. And Ling, he does like this whole speech about how he's gonna take care of the whole army by himself. And then I think Greed takes over. No, yeah, Greed does that for Ling because he had a connection to the old guy too. He was in Ling's body for so long. And I remember at the end of the speech, I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember at the end of the speech, he was like, "Oh yeah, ladies, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not that kind of guy." And then he does a full body, like basically a full body armament hockey. Like he coats his whole body in the black mist. His face kind of changes because it's the black, like not black mist, but the black hardening over his face. He has like fangs now, and he jumps down there, and he is just wrecking like he's bulldozing through tanks, taking gunfire, just wrecking every single body. Like it's not even funny how hard he is. Just he took on like a whole army by himself. That is wild. And then he's also in the next final battle where when they're going against the homunculus. Well, I'm calling him the homunculus king, where everybody has to bombard him because like a homunculus, they have a limit to how much they can regenerate. And after he just fused with like all the chosen ones, his regenerative powers are like off the charts. So there's like tons of cannons shooting at him. Everybody using their alchemy, like they have to wear this dude down right here and now. And Ling, he's helping out in the battle too. And then he's like his not armament, but his like hardening. It's like the ultimate defense. And he never. Sorry. This is a cool moment. This is a cool moment. Ling has never. I mean, not Ling. Greed has never lied before in his whole life, not his past life or his new one. And then this one, he does before good cause. He was able to put himself inside of the homunculus king while telling us Ling just accepted like Greed. Greed kept telling Ling about how this is his body. We can like be partners and stuff, but I'm gonna do what I want to. Like I want because Greed wants everything. That's why he wants all the money, all the women, all the fame, everything. Is he's Greed. By the end of the show, he actually tells Ling like, "Hey, being a king has a lot of stuff, huh? I guess I wouldn't mind being a king." And then Ling is like, "Are you serious? Like, you okay with like letting me take the charge and me and you are partners now? Like, being the king of Sing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with that." Okay. He's like, "Wow, I'm cool with that." Okay. So they're Gucci. So they're all good, man. Like, so they're good. But then I forgot how, but Greed somehow puts himself inside of the homunculus king, and he reverses his ultimate defense to the ultimate, like not offense, but like he makes it to where the homunculus king body starts to like wither away, and he starts to die, and he does this for like a good minute before the homunculus king is able to rip him out, and then he starts to die. And then, because Greed, he said like he'll be able to come back and live if he does this, but not really. He lied. He just did it for Link's sake so he wouldn't die. And it was a real emotional moment. Sorry, that's not funny. It was a real emotional moment where while he's like withering away and dying, and Link is like, "You lied to me. You said you never lied before. What's wrong with you? You can't go now. We just became friends, but partners now." You're like, "I ain't got much to live for. You go out and do your thing, man. Have fun with your friends. This was a pretty good life. See ya." Greed. And he just dies and disappears. I'm like, dang, yeah, that sucks. My goodness, that really, really sucks. Man, I really like Greed too. Like I really started liking him when him and Ling were together. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Like when they were like partners. And at the end of the series, like I said, he does become king of Singing High because he was able to bring. I think I think Ed gave him a Philosopher's Stone, or he got a piece of it out of him, or right before Greed died. So he was able to bring it back, and he does become the king. And like I said before, he does give a ton of money to May's clan, so her clan can prosper and be a pretty prominent clan again, because her clan kind of her, her clan kind of sucked. They had like no money or anything. Couldn't really do anything in Shanghai. I think he does get together with the girl because they were moments where they were bonding and he really liked her. He was really helping her because he was help. She was helping out in the greed fight. I mean, not the greed fight. She was helping out in the pride fight, but she couldn't really do too much because she just got her mechanical arm, just like Ed. And Ed was like, you can't really be in this fight for too long. Like you got to chill out because the nervous system has to connect to the metal arm, and that takes a while. And by doing all this fighting and crazy stuff, you're like damaging it and you're hurting yourself. So you got to really stay back. I think there was a moment even when Ling agreed to save her from like getting a really bad attack, and he was like, hey Ling, I don't really like too many things about you, but you know how to pick your women. And then like they just keep fighting. I'm like, okay, that was pretty nice. And the old dude, it was sort of like his father figure because Ling did say before, like he doesn't really know his father like that. Obviously, because his father had like his father had 40 plus kids. He can't bond with 40 plus kids like that. So there's gonna be a couple kids that slip through the cracks, and I don't get too much bonding. But he has been with the old dude since like the jump since he was a kid, and that was sort of like his father figure. And when he died, man, when he when he went ballistic, he was just there was. I remember there was one scene when he jumped. I think he landed on a tank, or he like ran right through a tank, and then like the smoke and the fires around him, and he stands up and he looks to the side, and he just keeps on going through this army. I'm like, man, I did not think they could like go this stupid with the homunculus power. Like, man, they they really could have been in trouble with that. I guess I mean the first Greed was all right. He was a pretty nice dude. He had those friends that were like they were sort of like Chimera, but not really. Yeah, I guess they were sort of like chimeras, but not really. They had a few animal traits, but they weren't really full on chimeras like that. And he really, I mean, even though he just had them because he's greed and he really just wanted everything, he was really good friends with them. Like he really did like them, and he was mad when they were dying. And it was really sad, real sad when that moment happened to where after he killed the last of his friends, obviously the new greed didn't care. He was like, I don't even know them. And they get like they share their emotions. So Ling is like, if you don't know them, why are you feeling all this guilt? What's this guilt inside of him? What's all these memories? What's all these well not photos, but memories he kept pumping into him and he kept seeing all the good times they had. What is all this? You're greed. This isn't you, man. Like what are you killing all these people for? I was real sad. And then after that, we don't see nothing because in the anime, all we see is like a quick scene with Ling. He's becoming the new king. He has his whole outfit on, and then that's it. And I remember at my school they had the manga of it, the last volume of it, and everything. And then it's the exact same ending as the manga. I mean, it's the exact same ending as the anime, where it just has a few quick panels of everybody's life. Ed is growing up. He's going off in the world without alchemy anymore. Edward, wait, no, what was his brother name? Al. What was his full name? Al Lucifer? I forget actually. I remember it was Al. I forget like his full name. Alexander? No. No. No, I forget. Yeah, I forget. But Al, he's going off in the world, and then they just showed a quick scene of everybody together, and May's hugging on Al. And who was it? Who was yeah? And Ling is the exact same thing. It was just one quick panel of Ling in his like robe, his outfit, becoming a new king, and that was it. I'm pretty sure they like come visit every now and then, but he has kingly duties, so he really can't go out too much. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's kind of dark, but it's probably true. I'm pretty sure the first son and all the other sons way before like the 17th son was gonna be pretty mad. Gonna be pretty mad that the 17th son became the king. So they might try to kill him. So you need to stay on guard. He's really stay on guard, buddy. And that's really it with Ling. There was no spin-offs, no little shorts with him afterwards. There hasn't been a game. Main weapon of choice is a sword, a one long bladed sword, just like in the thumbnail, as you see right here. I mean, on the thumbnail, but hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Just talking about Ling. What was I saying? Yeah, there were no games. Women of choice is a sword. I think he's proficient in any type of weapon, but the main weapon he likes to use is a sword, a long sword you see. That's my profile picture. When he opens his eyes, that's when you know he's serious. I really like that one because like I hate it when oh I'll be alright, man. Been MIA, fam. Yeah, I haven't heard from you in a minute. I just noticed that. You haven't been talking in the chat either. It has been a minute, huh? But you still on that One Piece train? You caught up to One Piece though? Well, hopefully you caught up to One Piece. That chapter was pretty good. It's real good. And I hope you're all right. Hope everything's fine with you. Yeah, I haven't noticed you. You have been kind of in my ear for a minute. Hope everything is okay. What's I saying? What is 26 minutes? Oh yeah, each episode got to be 30 minutes at least. I mean, I always make it 30 minutes. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, man, I've been busy. So I haven't been active in the chat. You know, I've been caught up. That's good. That's good. Can't wait to see you back on the stream, man, in the chat. What else about Ling? I gotta keep talking. Let me look at Google. I gotta go Google because it wasn't too much about him, really. I mean, he was a real good friend with Ed and stuff. Shang Dynasty Clan, all right. He had the white. I mean, he had the yellow and white on. After that, he got black. Well, his outfit got black. Already talked about everything with greed. Both greeds, actually. He wasn't in the first anime edition of Fullmetal Alchemist. He got brought into Brotherhood because he was in that. He became the king, gave the girl money. I remember the girl actually hated him too. I think she wanted to kill him. I think there was a moment where she said she wanted to kill Ling because his family has like everything and is not giving anything else to any of the other countries. So I think it was a moment she said she wanted to kill him or hurt him very, very badly. um, anything else? There was this one edit I really like of Ling. It was by let me find a Pacific YouTuber and not YouTuber. The Pacific Instagram. Really good edit. Really good edit. Uh but yeah, what y'all think about Ling? Feel good characters in me. Oh man, I need to get more information. I need to do the next character I do. I need to like really like them because I like Ling, but there was not a lot of information on him. But like ever since I started the I like series, I was like, I don't. It kept popping in my head. Ling, do Ling. I kept doing other people. I was like, you know what? All right, the next one I'll do Ling because I have not done one of these in a minute. It has been so long since I've done one of these. Here it is. It's a Ling edit by Sam Owabati. How do you in the world? I'm gonna type it in the chat real quick. I'm gonna put it on screen. Really good Ling edit, man. I like this. Even the black Ling. I keep saying black Ling. Even the Ling when it had the black robe, even Green Ling was using the sword too. This is pretty dope. I like that. That was pretty cool. It is SMO L OBITO dot. Now it's not one of the most recent ones. You got to scroll pretty down, but the thumbnail is just Ling up there. It's just Ling. Boom, baby, right up there. That's the Instagram. Really good edit of Ling. I really like it. And other than that, hey, we're at 30 minutes. Let's get it. Okay. So, other than that, that's everything. Like, share, subscribe, and see you all later. Thank you all watching. Thank you all out there for being wonderful and beautiful and handsome human beings. I'll see you guys next time for I'm gonna probably do a Cole Lyoko review tomorrow. This is gonna be episode 6. I think 6. Yeah, I think it's episode 6. So yeah, can't wait. Bye bye. You be easy too. Uh, Joe, you be easy, man. I gotta do more Kolioka reviews, more constant, because this is 90 something episodes. I don't want this. I don't want to rush it, but I also don't want it to take like 5 years to get through 90 something episodes. That's probably. I was thinking about doing like 2 a week or 2 every 2 weeks. That's to like speed it up, but also like taking my time too. Cause I don't want to rush through it. I want every episode to be good and constant for y'all. So yeah, 31 minutes.